So with your experience, all you need is now to get these people to understand that you have someone that has proven to stay even keel, even though there was troubled waters, and you got through that troubled waters. Now you're in working with two other commissioners and making Montgomery County move forward. And that is a good sign, okay? Now, I spent 24 years in Norristown Police Department, 13 years in the District Attorney's Office. Norristown, has their problems, You say the county commissioner was convicted of something, right?
He was arrested, yeah.
Right. Mayor of Norristown went to jail. So, we got problems here with the county seat. So
I was involved in that, as you recall.
You were involved in that, right? So we're saying that you have gone through this, and you know what it is when you have, you've got to surround yourself with good people. You surround yourself with good people, and the people will move you forward. And that's Cisco's words of wisdom.
Well, your words of wisdom haven't changed in all those years, because I remember you telling me those things 20 years ago. The bottom line is, and we live in southeast Pennsylvania, we live in an area where people are thinkers. They don't walk into the voting booth and just pick one party. They think and they try to decide on the best candidates for the particular job. And what people want, they don't want inflexibility. What they want are people who are willing to think through a problem, work with somebody else who might have a differing point of view, and come up with a solution that makes sense.
Right.
And you don't see that in Washington. You don't see that in Harrisburg. And in Harrisburg, we should have that, because the governor and both houses of the General Assembly are controlled by the same party. So you would think that they would be able to get things done, but they don't, because they're arguing amongst themselves.
Yeah,
and that's a leadership style thing that needs to be changed.
Right. Well, not only that, but I think it's time that we have a governor in the eastern part of Pennsylvania, okay? We got one way out in Yokohama there. What is it, Pittsburgh, Come on, we got Philadelphia, we got all these here big cities, and Montgomery County, one of the richest counties, and why aren't we up top?
Well,
and it's your opportunity.
It'll make you laugh when I tell you the last time a Republican held a statewide state office like governor was Governor Pennypacker in 1902.
Wow.
It's been over 100 years.
Oh my God.
And that's really saying something when you think about it. We're, as you say, an affluent county. A county made up of highly educated people, great schools like we have here in the Norristown School District. We have terrific police departments. We have houses of worship of all sorts, so you have a diverse types of religious backgrounds. You have diverse people, Italian community, African American, Hispanic, and you have the whole melting pot right in Montgomery County, which is Montgomery County is a cross section of America.
Right.
This is a great crucible for learning about how to get things done. If we can get things done here, that ought to translate to Pennsylvania, and that ought to translate to the United States.
Right. They say Norristown and this Montgomery County right here is like a jewel between Gettysburg and Philadelphia, right in the middle. So we got really a lot of people, different nationalities, different religions, and the whole bit. And I think it don't take too much to make people turn when they find out that they have someone on the ballot that did a good job, is an honest, and cares about people. And that's the most important thing. So you get around, meet people, and that's so important today. There's so much with the computer, and people don't get to talk to anybody. They're always talking to some electronic thing, hello, who's there? So get out, talk to the people, bob and weave, slip and slide, punch, left, right.
And not just talk, but listen.
Right.
Listen to them.
Right. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We're supposed to listen twice as much as we talk.
Absolutely.
But then it's time to talk.
Now, let me ask you something. You've been ambassador in Norristown for now quite a number of years.
Going on 10 years.
So it looks to me like things are starting to turn around. I got a good feeling about the municipality. Is that what you're seeing?
I cut ribbons, and I kissing some babies, you know, and a Philadelphia Inquirer did a story, and he checked in Harrisburg. He said that I'm the only ambassador in Pennsylvania. So I think Verb or somebody is going to talk some kind of resolution that I'm the only one in Pennsylvania. And now I check there, I'm the only one in the United States.
Do you know that the official...
And if I become the only one in the United States and Pennsylvania, I'm going to be your campaign man. And an ambassador of Norristown, ambassador of USA.
Now, all of you people watching at home, you understand that the proper form of address for an ambassador is Your Excellency.
Oh, my own.
So I think we need to start referring to you as Your Excellency.
Well, no. They say, you know, I looked in the dictionary and they said ambassador is the highest office, you know, whatever. I never do that, but I think it's an honor. I mean, it was a big joke like ambassador, but now people really, you know, especially my TV show here. This show is Comcast and Verizon all over Montgomery County. I go over Flowertown, or I go up Collegeville. Hey, I see you on TV. I like your show. You know, it's great.
Well, you're the symbol. You're like the monarch, the symbol of the municipality. And I just wanted to know. I mean, I've gone to work every day for 28 years in Norristown, and I've seen it ebb and flow. And I know it gets a bad rap sometimes, and it looks to me like you're starting to turn it around. You and the council.
I've been helpful, but you have to remember, all sunshine makes deserts. So you're going to have the rain, the snow, and the hail if you want a beautiful garden. So when I see, you know, it says rain, hey, that rain is going to help the crops, and if it helps the crops, it helped the tomatoes. And it helps the tomatoes. We had the tomato sauce. You had this tomato sauce. You had the spaghetti and lasagna. And I know you like Italian food.
I do. That's
right?
true. I do.
You go up to the Manjun. We have a Manjun. We had a bunch of fellas get together, you know. And he comes there 2 times. In fact, I want to thank you. And I didn't get a chance to thank you. But when Brad Fox was murdered, assassin, whatever you want to call it, and there was a long day funeral. And you came right after the funeral. I think how many hours there was in line and whatever it was for the funeral service. And you came to Manjun and you were tired, you know. And that I appreciate that because you showed that you cared, you know, especially not only police officers, but other people, you know, that deserve, I don't know, attention or whatever. But I want to thank you for going out of your way to come here and you expressed some of the feelings of how that day was with all the wife holding the little baby and all. It was a sad day.
It really was.
Tell me something about that.
Well, I only knew Officer Fox slightly because he had only just come on as I was leaving law enforcement, but I knew him slightly, and I probably spoke at his graduation ceremony from the police academy. And by virtue of my position as commissioner, I was in charge of the logistics for the funeral and the procession. Now, what that really meant was that guys working for me were doing it, and the police chiefs did a terrific job.
Right, Lawrence,
Lawrence
and Blewett from White Marsh.
All those
Norristown, Bono.
Yep, and Mark Toomey up in Hatfield, who's the president of the Chiefs Association,
yes.
And Tom Sullivan for the county. But it was remember I mean, you know what it's like to have to move a lot of people a long distance, and the funeral was very, very crowded. It was a tremendous showing of support. And we had the funeral over there on Walden Road. I guess that's Plymouth there, right?
Yeah, Epiphany.
And then we had to get from there all the way over to is it Washington's Crossing, all the way over in Bucks County somewhere.
County.
I mean, we went past the police station and the township building and up onto the turnpike, and they closed the turnpike, and they had it all. It was all beautifully done, but it took hours and hours. And
that's planning.
And it really was, right. And it was all day. And I remember you had set the word out that you wanted to be involved in collecting funds for his widow and his orphan.
Right at the meeting.
And so I wanted to make sure that
And you put some money in there. You know what we got? Just the group of guys there, and the 30, 40 guys, over $2,000.
Well,
I mean,
we were
small,
talking
but
about
just a snap
Elizabeth,
of a
and
finger.
Elizabeth saw your note, and she said, "Listen, you're going to see Hank tonight." She wrote out the check, and she said, "Make sure you give this to Hank." Now I was so tired.
I know.
And of course, you know what it's like. All these police officers over the years that have died in the line of
They
duty.
know you. They know you.
And I knew them, and it makes you so sad, and that takes a lot out of you.
Right.
But if I'd have shown up at home and I didn't have that, and I still had that check, I think I'd have been sent back over to give it to you. So I came over, and everybody was sort of glum, remember,
Yeah.
and because those events are usually festive, and I'm just so pleased that you took the lead there and made sure that
and
money
then
got to where it needed to go.
My grandson's Anthony Morano is a police officer in West Norton.
He comes over sometimes.
And he was there, and Plymouth needed assistance, and West Norton and Norristown, a lot of police officers sit in and helped out, sat in, and he came almost about the same time after the funeral procession and the funeral services.
It was
at the
amazing.
cemetery.
I mean, I think I left my house that morning about 7 o'clock, and I got to your place about 6:30. I mean, it was, and there was in between that, there was another event I was supposed to go to that I missed because the funeral had run so late.
I remember too, ladies and gentlemen, it's an emotional thing, and when he come in, and I don't ever see him with his collar open, but his collar, he come walking in, and then, hey, Bruce, and I says, Bruce, come on, look, he says, Hank, I'm tired, please, I don't want to say anything, please, and so I says, oh, come on, say something. Finally, he says, Hank, I really don't, and so he stayed around long enough, and then he took off. But let me tell you, and left a check. But I'm going to say this, that we have a man here that's now throwing his hat in, or not even throw the hat in. He's going to ground looking and see and get support. And it's almost like a fighter. You got to go in the gym, you got to work out, get yourself in condition, and then go in the ring. And then what do? And then you battle. Am I right?
It's great to see you, my friend. It's been a while. I'll come on the show more often. I've been looking at your pictures, and I remember when you looked like that. Not the one with the bottle in your mouth, but the.
That was. I got the one there. I was in a motorcycle squad. There's Frank Rizzo.
Frank Rizzo.
You remind me a lot of Frank Rizzo because he had a lot of police officers, admired him, and just like I say, all sunshine makes desert. You're going to get some guys that don't like it. That's too bad. God bless them.
Well, you remember that when Frank was running for mayor the last time, he came to Norristown, and we had a party for him over. I guess it was in West North. We had a party for him, and I was first assistant DA at the time, and I was assigned to escort him from the car into the building where we all were. So I introduced myself and shook his hand. Hello, Mr. Mayor. And he went through that whole room, talked to all of those people, and after he came all the way around, he remembered my name.
Yeah,
the first time he ever met me.
He was great on that. Oh my God, I remember I helped him when he was campaigning. I was there. Well, I was one of his pallbearers when his funeral. I was very close with the house and everything else. But somebody would come up to him and say, Frank, my father was 34. Oh yeah, Joe Williams. He had names and everything.
He had and he had a way of making you feel important.
Right.
I never forgot that.
You got a little Rizzo, you got a little Cisco, you got a lot of bobbing and weaving. So, ladies and gentlemen, the half hour is over.
Already.
I want to thank you. But listen, you're going to come back. Okay?
Absolutely.
We're going to help you come back, and then when you become governor, I want you back here. And here's to remind you to keep punching, keep bobbing and weaving, and keep your trunks off the canvas, okay?
Will do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for allowing us to come into your home. And I hope that this session here today is something that will make you think a little bit that we need leaders. We need people that care. And that's what it's all about. So, until we meet again, Keep bobbing and weaving, and may God bless each and every one. Hello? Yeah, okay. Thank you. No messages.
Great to see you, Hank.
Allah salud. Allah salud. That's to your health. Allah salud.